going to be a part 2 to a video I did last year, so it's kind of an older video, but I wanted to do a part 2 to my Korean beauty fails. So the concept of this video is I show you some products that didn't necessarily work for me, and in all honesty, it's not really a bashing video. This is more of it didn't suit what I needed it for or my personal preferences, etc, etc. So some of the products that I mentioned you might love personally, they might work great for you, but just in my experience, they didn't work for kind of what I was looking for. I'll explain it as I go through, but let's just jump in and get started. So I'm just pulling these products out of my bag here. So this first product is the Holika Dazzling Sunshine Makeup Sun Cream. Now I bought this as a sunscreen, and I was thinking that I could wear it underneath my makeup and things like that to protect my skin. However, this is like makeup in itself, which I probably should have picked up from the name Makeup Sun Cream, but this has a very heavy white cast to it. So if you don't like sunscreens, personally I don't like sunscreens that give you a heavy white cast. This one has it built in purposely, so it's kind of meant to brighten your skin, but in my opinion it just kind of looks heavy, and as it moves around on your skin throughout the day, you can see the streaks it leaves on your skin, so this is kind of terrible. I think I bought this for like $3 or $4 when I was in Korea, so no wonder it was on sale. It was on sale when I bought it, but yeah, wouldn't recommend this. So I actually have a couple of cushions in here that I'm going to talk about, so let's just slowly go over those. So first is this Etude Airfit cushion. Now the problem I had with this is it was too wet on my skin. Now I understand that with Korean beauty, a lot of times the look is to have really pretty dewy, glowy looking, healthy, moisturized skin, but for me this just looked oily and it never set throughout the day. I did a first impressions on this, so if you want to see my experience wearing it and me applying it on my skin, definitely check it out. But it just didn't work very well, it didn't have very much coverage, the shade didn't really match my skin, and so I kind of wouldn't recommend. I even have dry skin and I still didn't like how moisturizing this is. Now this is another one I clearly didn't get along with when I did a first impressions of this, so again, if you want to see how this looks, actually all the cushions that I'm going to be talking about I've done a first impressions on, so if you want to see how they applied on my skin, what they look like, the experience, the results, definitely go check them out. They're on my channel right now. This is one of them. This is from Etude, and this is the Collagen Moistfull, or the Moistfull Collagen Foundation. Now unfortunately this was just too light on my skin, it was too cakey, and it did some weird stuff throughout the day, like it ended up streaking on my skin, and I had really high expectations for this because I usually love Etude House makeup, but this one fell really flat for me and I just really didn't like it. Now these next ones are going to be somewhat controversial because they are the April Skin Magic Snow Cushions. These are very highly rated in the Korean beauty world. Seems like a lot of people like them. For me, they were just too heavy. Like, they felt like I had a mask on my skin, and I just can't stand that feeling where you feel like your makeup is sitting on your skin, or your hair gets stuck in it, or dust, or cat hair, whatever you got floating around in the air around you. But this is just too heavy. It looked like I had a lot of makeup on. I like kind of a more natural makeup when it comes to my skin, because obviously I want it to look like that's just how my skin looks, and this looked like I clearly had a ton of makeup on, and I would touch it and it would like transfer onto my fingers and just get everywhere. So I can see why people like these because they're high coverage, and I wouldn't say that these are the worst cushions I've tried. I just don't really get the hype. For me personally, they just don't suit what I look for when I'm looking for a makeup product. The final cushion that I'm going to be talking about is from IOPE, and this is the Air Fit Cushion XP. I know they have a matte version of this, and I think honestly I'd get along with that a lot better than I would this. I have the natural looking version of the cushion, and again I had the same problem. It's just too heavy on my skin, and actually you can see this in my first impressions of this. It settled into my pores really badly, so actually my pores on my skin, they're not super visible just from a day-to-day basis, but when I had this on, it made them very visible, which is kind of the opposite effect you want your makeup to do. So this also was one of those cushions that was just too dewy for my skin. It felt like it was sliding and slipping around on my face, and this is way too expensive for the results that I got. So this next product that I'm going to be talking about, I've talked about before, well I've done a whole video on it, and it's called I Ruined My Skin. So I don't have very much to say about this besides this is probably one of the most ineffective products I've kind of ever used, and it irritated the heck out of my skin. My skin actually the irritation kind of cleared up after a couple days, so it wasn't anything too crazy, but I couldn't believe that this is a skincare product that is recommended for all skin types. I can't imagine someone with sensitive skin trying this, or someone who has acne-prone skin trying this. I mean, it would just tear your skin apart. Also, a lot of you guys were commenting on that video that this is a peel-off mask. It's actually not. So despite the fact that it looks like you're supposed to peel it off your skin, you're actually supposed to wash it off. I can't imagine the damage that would have been done if I attempted to peel that off my skin. So so this is from Secret Key. This is the Baby Pig Collagen Jelly Pack. I picked it up because it looked really interesting, and I don't have that much left of it, but it's like one of those like really jelly looking products, and when you like mess it up or like chop it up, it'll slowly like settle back together. The reason that I don't like this is because it's too sticky and too heavy for a cream on my face. So how I've actually started using most of this up is I started using it as a body lotion. So I've been using this on my body, but it is just way too heavy, way too sticky, and I don't really understand the point of the baby pig. So I don't know if I'm putting pig on my face or not. If you know, leave it in the comment section down below. I kind of have a feeling that that's just the title of it. I don't really know why, but yes, enlighten us if you're aware of why. But this was just something that I didn't like and feel like I kind of wasted my money on. Now these are another controversial one, and these are the Clio Gel Presso Waterproof Pencil Gel Liners. Now I love Clio's pen liner. The Kill Black pen liner is one of my favorite liquid liners ever. These, on the other hand, are great at first, but then they dry out. Now they're not like a sharpened type of pencil liner, like you roll it up, it's like one of those like rolly type of liners. So I found that after like a month or two, the whole thing dried out, and I tried like rolling it up and knocking off the dry part and hoping that the inside was creamy, but it was just dry as the Sahara Desert. So, and then I thought maybe that was just this one, but I have 5 little sample ones here that are the same issue. They're again the twist top, and you can see how much eyeliner I'm not getting to use because these just dried out and they are too hard to apply on my skin. I'm quite disappointed. These were on the pricier side for pencil liners. There's other pencil liners in Korea that I love way more. These, I don't get the hype. Another liner that just didn't work for me was the Jewel Light Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner from Holika. You guys know that I love the Jewel Light Waterproof Pencil Liners. Those are some of my favorite. Those kick the butt of those Clio ones that I just showed. This one is the liquid liner, and I thought it would be really similar to them, and I thought it'd be like a glitter, like kind of like those NYX glitter liners. But this is just like kind of terrible. There was no glitter in that stripe that I just put on my hand. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like, So, totally a miss for me. So I have 2 products left, and this first one is from Innisfree. This is the Mineral Concealer, and this I only used a couple times, unfortunately. It is too dry for my skin type. I think that it might work for pimples on oily skin, like if you want to use to cover up pimples on your skin, but it's just too thick for me to use under my eyes, which is mainly my biggest concern when it comes to concealing spots on my face or like redness around my nose, anything like that. But anywhere you have a crease on your skin, this guy will settle into and accentuate. So it's just too dry, too hard to work with, and this is actually, I think it was around $10 or $12, so it's a more expensive concealer. There's definitely other concealers that are cheaper that I like more. One is from Etude House. This is from their Snowy Dessert line, and this is their Dessert Pudding Tint in Grapefruit Pudding. I've only used this a couple times. One of the times is in the Snowy Dessert haul that I did where I showed other products from the same line during the holiday season. This was an interesting texture, but it also did not work. It was kind of, in my opinion, kind of gimmicky, and it just dried out my lips, sunk into all the cracks and the creases, and my lips weren't even that dry, and it makes my lips look dry, so I just can't be having that. Another product that I want to put on this list is also from Etude House. I don't have it on hand. I actually threw it away. I showed it in my recent Beauties Empty video. I don't know if that's going to be going up before or after this video. I'll figure it out. Anyways, it is the All Shot Cara mascara, and it just didn't do anything for my eyelashes. I actually ended up writing a whole blog post about how much I didn't like this mascara. I will put it here. Definitely go check out my blog also, because I do additional reviews that I don't do on my channel. I talk about other products. I talk about traveling. I talk about lifestyle stuff, just all kinds of things. sneak peeks into future videos or future projects that I'm working on, so definitely go follow that. I'll leave a link in the description box below. But yeah, just didn't do anything with my eyelashes. It was too dry of a formula. The brush was terrible. It like did nothing, and it was one of the more expensive mascaras from Etude House. I actually really enjoy Etude House mascaras, but that one, which is one of the more expensive ones, is my least favorite that I've tried. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this Korean beauty fails with me. Let me know in the comment section down below some Korean beauty fails that you guys might have. This is a good video to kind of show you guys some products you might not want to spend your money on, so help me out by leaving a comment down below if you have a product you wouldn't recommend to me, so I can avoid buying it and save myself some money, because this stuff ain't cheap. As always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in my next video.